Okay, and we are back. It is Tuesday. It is time for a 2-minute-ish tip. And this week it is get comfortable with your quirks. How does this help with vocal confidence? How does this help with self-confidence, self-belief? Because very often the biggest challenge, oh, there we go, something weird happened. Very often the biggest challenge with confidence is that we are afraid of what other people might think of us, right? The number one fear of expressing yourself, of public speaking, isn't speaking, it's the fear of being negatively judged. The number one confidence challenge is that fear that people will negatively judge you, no matter where that is in your life, no matter what form of confidence that you are looking for. So how does getting comfortable with your quirks help you? Because it's about becoming comfortable with yourself rather than, and I'm going to use some specific examples, like a client who was a partner in a law firm, and yet in board meetings, she would say, oh, I sit there and I hear these ideas coming across and people haven't thought the detail through. But as a quieter person, she's got all these big, loud people going, yeah, let's do this. And everyone's going, yeah, great idea, and getting carried away. And she was sat there going, but that won't work because you haven't thought about this. But then there's the fear that if we speak up, we'll be seen as different. If we're seen as different, we might be seen as difficult. If we speak up, we might be seen as rocking the boat or going against the grain. And so then we kind of just sit back and go, okay, well, I'll just sit here. And then when the shit inevitably hits the fan or something goes wrong, I'll then speak up and say, well, have we thought about this? This might help. So that fear of going against the grain, the fear of speaking up, the fear of being different is about the fear of being kicked out of the tribe, right? We all, our amygdala in the back of our brain hasn't changed much since tribal cave people times. And we need to fit in the tribe in order to survive, because you can't, if you get kicked out of the tribe, you can't survive the winter on your own. So how can embracing and getting comfortable with your quirks help you get more confident with expressing yourself, help yourself find actually that when you have that confidence to speak up, to share your voice, whether that is within a work situation, if you work for a company with teams, or if you work on your own, finding that confidence. When I started having the confidence to speak about the thing that makes me different, which is the voice vibration, sound and chakra energy healing, particularly in the corporate world, where I talk about the voice vibration energy, but I use that with the meditation of the 15-second stress reducer. When I started talking about that, that was when people started actually really paying more attention and going, oh, this is interesting. This is different. The way you approach confidence, the way you approach voice is different. But I hid from it because I was afraid of getting kicked out of the tribe. So I know how it feels. But when you start embracing your quirks, when you start embracing what makes you that little bit different, the way you see things differently, you then start embracing your actual value too. So how can you do this in little ways to make it easier? This is, after all, just my 2-minute-ish tip bit. So I encourage you to start embracing those little things that make you different. I encourage you and implore and invite you to share them in the comments below. Let us know, what are some of the things that you do that people think are a bit odd? I'm half English, half Irish. And trust me, the Irish drink more tea, I think, than the English. They never don't have the kettle on, was my experience when I went over to visit my grandparents, for example. So, and I don't drink tea. That makes me a little bit odd, right? English person, Irish person, doesn't drink tea, weirdo. I love getting barefoot on the earth. It helps me ground. And it's something I'll do. I'll get out of my office, or even when I was working in corporates, I would take a lunch break. Oh, that freaked people out. What are you doing? Going for lunch. Well, no, we have lunch at our desk. No, I go out for lunch. It may be different, but guess what? People started doing it, and then they started realizing how good it was. And then some lunch breaks, I'd take my shoes and socks off, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm getting my feet on the earth because I need to reconnect. I even do it when it's frosty. I hate cream, milk, yogurt, but I love ice cream. I love cheese, and I love creamy sauces. I've got a friend who's like, I don't get you. You love dauphinoise potatoes, but it's just cream. So you get the idea. What are the things that make you a little bit different? I invite you to start embracing them. Start maybe talking about them. Start just allowing yourself to be a bit different. And when you have more confidence in yourself, when you embrace yourself more and fully and without apology, when you start talking about it, you start finding the people who go, oh, that's interesting. You start maybe finding your actual tribe, or you find your place where you're meant to be, not where you feel like you're having to hide. So there we go. That is my 2-minute-ish tip for this Tuesday. Start embracing and getting comfortable with your quirks, and then start speaking about them maybe, and see the impact it actually has, not the impact you're afraid it might have. And start finding your voice in that way. Because trust me, when you start speaking up and saying, actually, have you thought about the people who are there going, whoa, especially for my quieter, more introverted people, they'll take the time to go, oh no, because no one's pointed it out. But if you're not pointing it out, the problem might get even bigger. You may be the one who finds the solution. So I invite you, as a first step for this, to share in the comments 1 or 2 of the things that make you a bit different, that maybe you don't always speak about. So the lovely Barbara Wilson has said, it's interesting how when you embrace yourself, it enables others to do the same. And yes, that is so, so, so important. So thank you so much for being here. If you've been here live, thank you for watching. If you've been watching a recording, and just pop in the comments below 1 or 2 things that you do that people think are a little odd, or that you don't do, like me, not drinking tea. On that note, I'm going to go and top up my hot water for my fresh ginger that I have in the bottom of my mug. Take care, and I'll see you soon with another tip. If you'd like more awareness of your vocal confidence, of your communication style profile, and some tools and tips specifically to help you, then take my quiz, which is in the link in the comments. Okay, take care. Bye.